sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Cimnanya or Naya Sim, or thank you all so much for all the love and support you are showing me here with. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about a video that is going around Jason Lee made about Jennifer Hudson, and he actually called Jennifer Hudson illiterate, and a lot of people are not finding that funny because there are some podcasts you see and you're like, some men shouldn't just go on podcast. And the fact that he said that Jennifer Hudson is illiterate and people are in the same room with him, they didn't say anything or try to correct him on that. They all giggled and all that. And I am not trying to push blame on anybody around. I am pushing that blame on Jason Lee, because coming out to say something like that is not nice. It is just a very horrible thing to say about somebody who has really done a lot for her community and still doing her very best to be on top and all that. Some people should not be given an opportunity to come to podcast to speak. Some people are looking for a way to revive their dying career, and all they want to do is look for a high standard black woman to tarnish her image just to get fame. I hope he comes out to apologize, because that should be the right thing to do, for coming out to say something like that about Jennifer Hudson. Let's get into this video.
Speaking out on her unexpected divorce from Jeezy. And she went on the Jennifer Hudson show, because that's where you go when you want to get your word across, I guess. Damn. We all know Jennifer Hudson's illiterate. Well, look, she went on the show to talk to her.
If you think you're about to hear something good, you not.
Speaking out on her unexpected divorce from Jeezy. And she went on the Jennifer Hudson show, because that's where you go when you want to get your word across, I guess. Damn. We all know Jennifer Hudson's illiterate. Well, look, she went on the show to talk to her.
So Jason Lee, a former big back extraordinaire, took his business to the Breakfast Club this morning. And in the soundbite, he was talking about Jenny Mai sitting down with Jennifer Hudson, discussing how she was blindsided by her divorce. And of course, you heard him sprinkle in that, Jennifer Hudson's illiterate. And you know what you didn't hear? Nobody defending a black woman being called illiterate by Jason Lee. Now, shout out to Glock Topics for reposting that, and someone had said this: time and time, Jason Lee proves that he doesn't like black women, which is so true. At least the ones he can't get proximity to. Lorraine goes on to say, when y'all gonna stop giving this clown a platform? Calling Jennifer Hudson illiterate is crazy. Another person said, Jason Lee with DJ Academics remain the lowest losers in the media. Why anyone supports them and continues to give them a platform is beyond me. And this is the tweet right here, because a person by the name of Heel said, and black men, in quotes, sat down and allowed this Negro to talk down on a black woman. Pathetic. And let's be honest, did we actually expect anything from Charlemagne or DJ Envy? No. Now, I don't have to sit here and explain to you all of Jennifer Hudson's accolades. I'm not going to do that, because they can do that themselves. But to sit here and fix your lips and call her illiterate because she got an interview that you couldn't get, or I don't really know, or she has a show that you want, I don't know. But it's wild to me. It's wild to me that he would sit there and fix his lips and say that, and literally nobody in the studio defended her. Now, Jason Lee hasn't come out and said anything, and I'm assuming he will, because he's currently getting cooked like Costco chicken on X, so we'll see if he has something to say in regards to his statements.
Speaking out on her unexpected divorce from Jeezy, and she went on the Jennifer.
This is the part I wanted to add with Jason's Lee interview. He had the nerve to talk about call Jennifer Hudson, who has received so many Emmys, Tonys, all kinds of awards and assessments. He called her illiterate. How about the clients that he had in so-called interviews and podcasts as a blogger? Now, Jennifer Hudson started out being on this competition and she didn't make it. Then she ended up auditioning for the movie for Dreamgirls, and she ended up getting the part, and she won an award, okay? What did Jason Lee ever done? He started out being a blogger, and he started going on Instagram and getting a lot of IG followers and stuff like that. Then moving along, he started coming on the reality show of The Love of Hip Hop, which is one of the most degrading urban televisions that God ever created. And his way was being messy. Then he was being a person that was like under the skirt tail of Kim Kardashian, saying how he loved Kim Kardashian and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, she never gave him accolades. She gave accolades to the other blogger that was named Paris, right? And yeah, she hyped him up, put him on the show and everything and so forth, right? Okay. But moving right along, when Jason Lee started doing his podcasting and interviews and stuff, guess how many people that was on his show? It was mostly people that if you asked them a question, it took them a long time to even answer it. You had one that had no teeth, and she was discussing how she smashed her baby father, even though he's going to the next person's house. And then meanwhile, she looked like she was high on something. Then there was one that had nails like Edward Scissorhands. And when she asked a question like, I don't know though. So you think that those are the type of people that is more highly intellectual than Jennifer Hudson? Look at some of the people that come on this show. It's mostly people who are bloggers, from World Star, one reality person, a couple of rappers, and there was another one that was a former, now she comes on Instagram and she talks about political stuff and issues and everything. But when you look at some of them, like, it's not really something that's intellectual you could have a conversation with. Some of them you did, but some of them they did not. And it's like, he brought nothing but messiness to the table. When you're doing an interview with somebody, and he needs to know how to do interviews too, because he doesn't do interviews properly. Usually you do the research about the person, like if they're coming out with a new album, a new song, or a new book, or just being inspired about something, or just coming to sit down and have a conversation with you, you're going to start doing some research. And it's not like you sitting down and having tea and just sitting there talking about gossiping and stuff like that. And that's his show is about. Just nothing. And then he thinks, okay, Jennifer Hudson has been invited to every red carpet. Have he been invited to a red carpet? To my understanding? No. So the only person that's illiterate is really him. Because he needs to look at, that's why I say, before people make judgments, they should always have to look at their backyard. And within your backyard, if it's not clean, it's not healthy, it's not spacious, it's not something to be welcome in, I don't think you should be saying anything. No, for real talk. If somebody calls out Jennifer Hudson to come and do something as a production, she's on the A-list. I'm surprised if her name is not on a Star or Walker Hall of Fame. Okay? So I'm like, remember, she was offered to have this talk show. It was given to her on a silver platter. What talk show you have that people can invite you to and have an intellectual conversation? Look at some of the people that Jason Lee brought to his so-called couch to talk about. Krishan Rock, Cardi B, Remy Ma. Okay, even with Remy Ma, she was even asking him, like, why are you asking me these questions? Isn't it supposed to be about me? She was the only one that basically was a straight shooter to him. So shout out to Remy Ma. The young lady that used to be singing with the group, I forgot her name or whatever, she even looked at him, was like, let's not be messy. I mean, you invited me here to talk, right? And then he's not even a well reporter. Journalist. Because some of his stuff is based on he say, she say. It's not even adequate publication. I'm just sorry. Like I said, there's a saying, like, sometimes when people call out people and say it the wrong way, it's really the direction that's pointing to them. Okay? I guess he's probably mad that Jennifer Hudson is having more accolades than he does. All right? I just don't know. And I think he thought he was getting all his rocks in and everything because simply the fact that he was with Charlemagne the God, who to me is a loser. And then you have Envy, who's a double loser. Okay, Envy that does Ponzi schemes. And then measle his way out of it and talk about he had nothing to do with it, but his face is on every little thing. So you got one that's a big mouth, and you got another one who's a straight up liar and a thief. Congratulations, Jason Lee. You have made the red carpet.
All right, so Jason Lee called Jennifer Hudson illiterate. And this is one of the black community, one of our best and brightest shining stars, right? And of course, that was disgusting to me. That was a bitch move to me, what I'm saying? That was real whack. But, whatever. The gossip rags and the tea columns and all of that, that's the type of shit that they be on, you know what I'm saying? But what kind of bothered me was there was some brothers in there that didn't say nothing about that. That just kind of scoffed and let that continue, let that go on. And I didn't like that. But there's another layer, because more than anyone else, the members of that guy's community, the brothers from that community are stepping in and really getting on his ass about what he said. And I got to commend that. And I think this is what women be talking about because guys from that community, if one of them step out of line and does something to bring embarrassment or shame upon everybody, they will turn on that person and they will outcast that person, and you are going to deal with whatever you said or did. And I'm starting to realize, like, that's the same energy that the women want from us. Is that, when a hetero man, when a guy's guy step out of bounds and do something crazy, you know what I'm saying? They want that to be like handled swiftly. Everybody flip, turn, nah, nigga, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it doesn't happen with the frequency and the ferocity that it happens in other groups. Let me know what you guys think.
Man. Yeah, we all know Jennifer Hudson's illiterate. Well, look,
I remember when I first encountered this person, and they were on a reality TV show, very popular, and they were at a lunch confrontation, and they threw a drink in a black woman's face. I'll never forget it. They threw this drink in this black woman's face that they were having a conflict with. And I thought it was one of the most cowardly things that they could have done. And I remember the secondhand embarrassment, the secondhand anger that I felt for this woman that had just been humiliated on national TV for views. And this person, since being on that show, and they've gotten their own platform and whatnot, they've gotten more popular, yes, but not for the right reasons. You would think that since leaving an industry like that, I left reality TV for the same reason. I used to do commentary for a popular reality TV show online, and it started out as a very loving experience. But then what begins to happen, as you begin to get more popular and more successful, people that are around you that are within the same community as you and share other minority characteristics or attributes that you do, they begin to attack you. And as soon as I felt that was beginning to happen to me, I got right out of that industry. You would think with you leaving the reality TV industry that you would have learned the same thing, but you haven't. Yes, you've gotten more popular. Yes, you are referenced more. Yes, you are a voice that people, kind of go to for an opinion, but they're never for anything positive. You're known for being nasty. You're known for being more vile. You're known for saying the most wicked things that you can about people, and now you done messed up. Because now you have put your mouth on someone that everyone loves for no apparent reason. Jennifer Hudson does not attack anyone. She has a wonderful talk show. She is an EGOT winner. She is, if I'm not mistaken, the first black female EGOT winner to have all of those accolades to herself right now. And instead of taking the time to exalt and elevate and congratulate another person of color that is coming up, that shares a lot of the same struggles that you do in the society, you say something about her that was warranted not. Why would you do it? What did it profit you to say that about her? And so what I say is this: I would very quickly humble yourself, apologize if you can, try to reel your tongue in. You can tell that you don't have a team that holds you accountable for the things that you say. You're trying to be one of those shock jocks that is willing to be as nasty as you can to get as far as you can. And I'll just say this in closing, and you can say what you want to say, and I'm going to do it with respect. The last time that we saw something like this happen, there was a very famous public figure that said something nasty about someone else that everyone loved. And this other person that was attacked simply said, "God bless you." And that person's life was never the same ever again. You may be the next one that happens to. Humble yourself right now. Become humble. It's going to be much better than the nasty road that you are going down right now. Love you.
I wanted to touch on that Jason Lee, Jennifer Hudson thing, where Jason Lee called Jennifer Hudson illiterate on The Breakfast Club. And I think that a lot of people are missing what happened here. I think what happened here is that Jason Lee mixed up Jennifer Hudson with Fantasia. So for all of y'all who don't know or don't remember, when Fantasia was on American Idol, she announced that she was illiterate. She didn't know how to read. And that was a big thing. But Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia were on the same season of American Idol, but Fantasia went on to win. And so he really made a mistake, but it's a super mistake when you feel like you're a journalist and you getting the stories wrong. But what's worse is that those two other black men sat up on The Breakfast Club and allowed him to call Jennifer Hudson illiterate, and they didn't say nothing. Now that's something.
I think it's loser behavior to go on The Breakfast Club and call the Jennifer Hudson illiterate because she got an exclusive with Jenny Mai and you didn't. Like, why would Jenny Mai go on your crappy podcast show to talk about her divorce? I'm very befuddled. Like, what?
You know who doesn't care what Jason Lee said about Jennifer Hudson? Jennifer Hudson. She's probably like, who is that? Who is Jason Lee? And a million Jason Lees are going to pop in her head. She probably going to think about somebody she went to high school with back in Chicago in 1997. She going to probably think about Jason Lee, who played Earl on My Name is Earl. She probably going to think about Jason Lee that played Bruce Lee in that Bruce Lee movie in the 90s. But she not going to think of this Jason Lee. What's his name? Okay, so I just went and checked just to make sure that this Hollywood Unlocked dude is actually named Jason Lee. Because I was like, that's a lot of Jason Lees out there. Maybe you should change your name, because at the caliber that Jennifer Hudson is in, I'm not sure she's actually going to even see that you said this. And that's probably what bothers you. That whatever you say over there on that part of Hollywood, oh yeah, that's never going to slip over into the Jennifer Hudson side. Sorry. Jennifer Hudson has a nationally syndicated talk show. She don't got no parts or whatever you got going on. I'm trying to be like Jennifer Hudson. I'm trying to never even know that people like Jason Lee exist.
All right, so if y'all haven't noticed, or not noticed, or haven't seen, so Jason Lee got on The Breakfast Club and I guess talked about Jeezy's soon-to-be ex-wife going on Jennifer Hudson's show. So Jason Lee decided to call Jennifer Hudson illiterate. And I must say, well, why would he do that? Is he mad because Jeezy's soon-to-be ex-wife went on her show to talk about the whole divorce thing and whatever the case may be? And then I thought about it. I said, so I broke it down. Follow me on this. So Jason Lee and Tiffany Haddish are best friends. Follow me. Who did Tiffany Haddish used to date? Common, right? Who does Common date now? Jennifer Hudson. So, in my mind, he made that remark, I guess, because a get back or whatever the case may be, because Common broke up with his best friend, Tiffany Haddish, and now he's with Jennifer Hudson. And here's the key. Well, not even the key. Here's the messed up part about it, but we wouldn't expect anything more from these two bottom bitches. But when he called her illiterate, Charlamina and DJ Real Estate Rico sat there and laughed and did not defend. Did not tell him, oh man, that's wrong. Why would you say that? But of course, we're talking about Charlamina and DJ in Venetia. So of course, we're not going to expect them to protect black women. Because I mean, look at how, come on. We talking about them. And who was it? Creator on here, Nosy. She called Jason Lee a former big back extraordinaire. I lost it. I was like, I can't. But yeah, so that is in my mind why he called Jennifer Hudson illiterate, because basically he's pissed because Common is dating her and not still dating Tiffany Haddish. I knew that relationship between Common and Tiffany Haddish was not going to last long. I knew that. She's too much for him. And honestly, I don't think him and Jennifer Hudson are going to be together for that long. That's how come me and Common didn't stay together that long. Because it was like, he's cool, but it's like no. I couldn't even keep it straight. But anyway, so that's my take on it. But I don't know why people think Charlamagne and DJ Envy are going to sit up here and protect black women. They don't even protect their own black women. They do their own black women dirty, so why would we expect anything more from them?
All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. Now, I have followed Jason Lee for, the last couple months. He was, interviewing Krishan Rock, who I follow, who I'm a big fan of. With no problem. But then this morning, I'm on my Instagram page, and this comes up. Now, Jason Lee specifically said, yeah, well, we all know Jennifer Hudson's illiterate. Now, I had to come on and piggyback off of that, because Jason Lee, you wrong. You wrong. Now, that girl is minding her own business, not even worried about you. But you decide that you want to put her name in your mouth and then do it in a negative way. Have you seen Jennifer Hudson's resume? Because the last time I checked, her bank account got quite a few more zeros than what yours got. You have to make content off of people who have drama in their lives to stay relevant. Whereas this young woman has gone through so much in her lifetime, and still God has blessed her life and she has come out on top. Can you say the same for yourself? Because she don't have to go and be negative. And from the last time I checked, she's giving back to the community. And if you don't even know, her team has contacted me to even be on her show, because they saw my nonprofit and what I do for the community as well, which is something positive. What are you doing for the community? What are you doing to give back? How are you contributing to this, to the world? Are you doing anything to benefit your followers? Are you giving back to your followers? But you decide to go on and talk about this woman and say that she's illiterate and stupid. She must not be that. She must not be that illiterate. If she is she's the second black person besides Whoopi Goldberg to be an EGOT. Means she got an Emmy, a Tony, a Grammy. Like, hello? She must not be that illiterate if she maintaining and her bank account got some extra zeros to it. She must not be illiterate if she was able to land some award-winning screen roles like Dreamgirls and Sex and the City. She must not be that illiterate if she's singing backup on different movies. So I'm still trying to understand where you getting the fact that she illiterate. Did you check her IQ? Do you know her SAT scores? Do you know any of that? So why would you call somebody illiterate? But then when you get mad, somebody called you out your name. Yo, that right there was uncalled for. And she warrants an apology. That's what she needs. What you need to do is make another video and apologize to that young lady, because Jennifer Hudson did nothing to you. You know you wrong. Now, I was a fan of yours, but after seeing this, you done lost me, boo-boo. You done lost me. Have the day that you deserve, because you definitely don't deserve. This is just, like, what is your legacy when you die? If you were to drop dead today or tomorrow, what is the legacy that you have that you could say that you left the world? Because Jennifer Hudson has a positive legacy that if she dropped dead today or tomorrow, number one, she going to heaven. And number two, she has a legacy that she is leaving behind that is so great. Where is yours? Make it make sense. You dead wrong for that.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and everybody is like not having it. Everybody is kind of mad at Jason Lee for what he said, and I am also not, like, in support of what he did. And he also needs to apologize to Hudson. And I really do not understand how people wake up. You see, some men with podcasts, some people really doesn't deserve to be on a podcast or be invited to a podcast, because some of them use it as an opportunity to probably talk down on somebody or say some nasty things. Because, like, most times when you see some people on podcasts, you are like, where did these people come from? And he is part of the people, and coming out to talk about a black woman and saying that she is illiterate and all that. I don't think, a lot of people are saying, did he mix her up with a Fantasia or what is her name? But whether mixed up or not, I mean, he called her name Jennifer Hudson, not like he knew what he was talking about. I mean, or not really what he knew whom he was talking to, right? And you all already know that Jennifer Hudson has really, like, she is giving back to the society. She has done a lot for the society, and she is doing amazingly well for herself and all that. For somebody to come out and drag her into something she doesn't even know anything about is just something really not nice. And she deserves, like, that young man should just wake up and go and apologize for his nasty behavior, because that is a very nasty behavior. And that also, like, boils down to waking up all the time and seeing some people looking for a way to bash black women, and I think people really should stop doing things like this. And the fact that he said that, and the people he was in the studio with just giggled and did not say anything to defend her or something, is just another crazy one. But it is what it is. I am not trying to shift the blame to other people. So the blame, I am going to put that blame on Jason Lee for coming out to spew unpleasant things about Jennifer Hudson. And yeah, so that's all I have to say. There are some things you wake up to and you're like, this seems unprompted, but yeah. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.